Can you help me? Could you help me? Would you help me? All three ask for the same thing, but they do not feel the same. In this lesson, you will learn exactly when to use can, could, and would you, how to sound polite instead of blunt, and the mistakes that learners make most often. Let's begin. Here is the plan. First, can, the everyday request. Then could, the polite step up. Then would you, which asks about willingness. After that, would you mind, and the answer that confuses almost everybody. We will look at asking permission for yourself. 3 common mistakes, how to say yes and no politely, and we will finish with a short quiz. Start with the most important idea. Can, could, and would are modal verbs. After a modal verb, we use the bare infinitive, that is the verb with no to. So the pattern is the same for all three: the modal, plus you, plus the bare verb, plus the rest of the sentence. What changes is not the grammar, and it is not really the meaning either. What changes is the distance between you and the other person. More distance sounds more polite. Let's start with can. Can is the everyday request. It is short, direct, and friendly, and it is what people use most with friends and family. It is also ideal for small, easy favors. Remember that can has 2 other jobs as well: ability, as in I can swim, and permission, as in you can go now. One warning: with a stranger, a customer, or your boss, a bear you can sound a little blunt. Adding please helps a lot. Here are 3 natural examples with can. Listen to how short and easy they sound.
Can you pass me the salt? Can you open the window, please? Can you say that again? I didn't catch it.
Notice that please can go at the end of the sentence or straight after you. Can you please open the window? Both are correct. Now could. Could is the polite step up. It is softer and more careful than can, and it is the safest choice when you are not sure how formal to be. Use it with strangers, colleagues, shop assistants, and in most situations at work. Here is the key point. In a request, could is not past tense. It does not mean yesterday. It simply creates a little polite distance. Could is past when we talk about general ability. I could read at 4 means I had that ability. But for one specific success, we say was able to. I was able to fix it. 3 examples with could.
Could you tell me where the station is? Could you send me the file, please? Could you speak a little more slowly?
In every one of these, can would also be grammatically correct. Could simply sounds more considerate. Next, would you. There is a small difference in meaning here. Can and could ask about ability. Would asks about willingness. Are you willing to do this? It sounds polite and slightly more formal, so you will see it a lot in emails and in customer service. If you want to be extra polite, use the long form. I was wondering if you could. But be careful with one thing. Would you like is not a request. It is an offer or an invitation. Would you like a coffee? Listen to 3 examples with would.
Would you hold the door for me? Would you please confirm the time by Friday? Would you like a coffee?
The third one is an offer, not a request. Would you like something means I am offering it to you. Let's put everything on one ladder, from the most direct at the top to the most polite at the bottom. Open the window is a plain order. Can you open the window is informal. Could you open the window is polite. Would you open the window is polite too, and a little more formal. Would you mind opening the window is very polite. And I was wondering if you could open the window is about as polite as English gets. This is the ordering usually taught. Do remember that your tone of voice and the situation matter just as much as the words themselves. Now a pattern that looks strange at first. Would you mind followed by the ing form of the verb. Would you mind waiting? Would you mind opening the window? Why the ing form? Because mind behaves like a normal verb here, and mind is always followed by the ing form, never by to. And here is the important part. This question literally asks, is it a problem for you to do this? So the answer no means it is not a problem, and I will do it. Here is where learners get confused, so listen carefully.
Would you mind waiting a moment? No, not at all. Would you mind closing the door? Of course not.
Would you mind helping me with this?
Sure, no problem.
All three answers mean yes, I will do it. No, not at all is the textbook answer. Of course not works the same way, and in real speech you will often hear sure or no problem, even though sure is not strictly logical. Nobody will be confused by it. So far we have asked someone else to do something. Now how do you ask permission for yourself? The same three levels apply. Can I is informal and everyday. Can I borrow your pen? Could I is polite and safe almost anywhere. Could I have the bill, please? And may I is formal or extra careful. May I come in? All three are correct English. Simply choose the one that fits the situation. There is one more permission pattern, and the tense surprises people. Do you mind if I followed by the present simple? Do you mind if I open the window? Or a little more polite, would you mind if I followed by the past simple? Would you mind if I opened the window? Open looks like the past, but it is not about the past at all. It is that same polite distance we saw with could. And the answer works exactly as before. No, not at all. No, go ahead. Please do. No means yes, please go ahead. Now the mistakes. Mistake 1 is putting to after the modal. Could you to help me is wrong. After can, could or would. The verb has no to. Could you help me? Mistake 2 is using to after mind. Would you mind to open the window is wrong. Mind is always followed by the ing form. Would you mind opening the window? Learn those two rules and most of your errors disappear. Mistake 3, answering a mind question with yes when you actually agree. If someone asks, would you mind waiting, and you answer yes, you are telling them that it is a problem for you. If you are happy to wait, say no, not at all. And here is a related habit worth breaking. Using a plain command with someone you do not know. Open the window is an order. Could you open the window, please, is a request. Requests need answers, so here is the language you need to say yes, sure, of course, no problem, or in a formal situation, certainly. To say no politely, do not simply say no. Say, I'm afraid I can't, or sorry, I'm a bit busy right now, or I'd love to, but I have a meeting. And if you need a little time, say, just a moment. Let me check, or can it wait until this afternoon? Here is a simple way to choose. Talking to a friend or to family? Use can. Can you lend me £10? Short and direct is friendly here. Talking to a colleague or a stranger? Use could. Could you tell me the time? That is your safe default. Writing to your boss or to a customer? Use would you or would you mind, or the long form, I was wondering if you could. When in doubt, go one step more polite than you think you need. Time for a quick quiz. 3 questions. Pause the video if you need more time. Question 1. Could you blank me your pen? A. To lend. B. Lend. C. Lending. Question 2. Would you mind blank the door? A. Close. B. To close. C. Closing. Question 3. Someone asks, would you mind waiting? You agree to wait. Do you say A, yes I would, or B, no, not at all? Pause now, and I will give you the answers. Here are the answers. Question 1b. Could you lend me your pen? After a modal verb there is no to and no ing, just the bare verb. Question 2c. Would you mind closing the door? Mind is always followed by the ing form. Question 3b. No, not at all. The question asks whether it is a problem for you, so no means it is not a problem and you will do it. How many did you get right? Let's recap. Can, could, and would are modal verbs, so the verb after them takes no to. Can is direct and friendly. Could is polite and safe almost anywhere. Would asks about willingness and feels a little more formal. Would you mind is followed by the ing form, never by to. To agree to a mind question, say no, not at all. For permission, use do you mind if I plus the present, or would you mind if I plus the past? And when in doubt, choose one step more polite than you think you need. Thanks for watching. Here is your practice task. In the comments, write one request using could and one request using would you mind. I will read them. If this lesson helps you, please subscribe to BMaster79 for more English lessons. See you in the next video.